Um, what the fuck did we just watch? God, excuse my language off the rip. This is gonna be a long one. Um, I'm never watching football again. Fuck this sport. This has been the worst weekend of my life. Alabama loses. They're out of the playoffs. Washington as 10.5 point favorites. Just absolutely shits the bed. Like what? Like, Jesus Christ. God, please, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to talk on this one because I have nothing. I don't know. I don't know. What do we just watch? I would have much rather just ended than us even scoring the touchdown to Terry and the kick, the missed extra point and the onside kick. Yo, I was there for the Hail Mary, and this might have been crazier. Because it was just all game. This kind of stuff kept happening. Like, the Hail Mary was like a one play, and we won, so of course it was crazy. But this game needs to be erased from NFL history because this just set back the sport I love like 100 years. What did we just watch? And if you have kids or if you are under the age of 18, please mute this. What the fuck did we just watch, y'all? What the fuck did we just watch? I cannot stress that enough. What the fuck was that? This was supposed to be a Sunday that we enjoy our day. We whoop this team's ass for 4 quarters. It's supposed to be like 38-10 Washington at home. This was our get right game. What happened to the team we loved? Where are we? What, guys? I am at a loss of words. There's so much to say. I'm gonna get to y'all's chats now because oh my god, Cyber gone right? I don't think so. If he we know he has that right hip injury. That's his kicking leg. Something is clearly not right. So the extra point at the end, by the way, was a terrible snap. It was super low. It was a terrible snap. It skipped across the grass. But still, he did not look good all game. That was special teams wise. That was the craziest special team. That's the craziest special teams game I've ever seen. And I've seen the kick 6 with Alabama and Auburn. What the fuck did we just watch, y'all? Oh my god. I want to throw data and numbers and what I saw and just personnel stuff at y'all, but I can't even put those words together right now because of what we just saw. I don't know. Everything I know about this sport, everything I know about this team means absolutely nothing because this game has me a loss. I don't know what we just watched. Urbo should have went for 2 with all the momentum when Terry scored. I would have called it. I mean, looking at it right now, yes, because offense didn't do shit all game. Would we have gotten it? Who knows? Should we have gone for 2? Fuck it, yes. We should have went for 2. Absolutely. But even with that, we didn't deserve to win that game. Even if we went for 2 and won the game, I'd be like, holy shit, we're still not a good team. We did not deserve to win that game at all. If you really want to look at this game, look at how we performed. Don't even count the touchdown to Terry with 21 seconds left. Guys, we are still a bad team. I cannot stress to you how bad this Dallas team is. This Dallas team is statistically horrible. Horrible. They didn't have Zach Martin. They've been banged up. I know they got Deron Bland back, but is Deron Bland enough to swing 10.5 points on a spread? No. This Dallas team was so bad. How the fuck did we lose to them? And I apologize. I was wrong. I have been wrong for the last 2 weeks. I thought this Washington team looked bad because of the stretch, because of injuries, because of who we played. And it's like, okay, the loss to the Eagles hurt the way it did because of how we look and because it's against the Eagles. No, we're just a bad fucking team. I said it. Do not let that touchdown to Terry fool you. You cannot let one play swing the entire 4 quarters, of which we should have dominated this game. If you would have told me we would have blocked the punt, we would have done all this shit, Aubrey would have missed a kick, like all the special team stuff until the end, I'd have been like, yo, we win this game like 40-0. But no, our offense sucks. Our defense cannot get pressure. Schoonmaker being wide open across the middle? Are you kidding me? On that touchdown he had, the Cowboys can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. We didn't even run the ball. Like, what is going on with this team? There's so much wrong with this team. So much. I don't know what I just watched. Bring Gonzalez back. I mean, he should have been kicking still. If Austin Seibert was not 100%, like, what the fuck did he look like in practice? What did he look like in practice? Bring Zane back with that Chris Cooley having-ass 47 jersey. Bring Zane back. I hope he is still at his Airbnb in Ashburn or wherever he was staying. What a joke. Is our season over? We're not a playoff team. We are, and someone's going to let us get into the playoffs and get our hopes up again, and we're going to get fucking killed. Do we beat the Falcons? I don't think so. The Titans just beat the Texans and looked really good. And I know Will Levis throws some crazy fucking terrible throws, but God, he can drop a nuke in a heartbeat. And they've been doing it lately. They just beat the Texans. Like, unless I missed something at the end, but I'm pretty sure. Like, we have the Titans next. Oh my God. Yes, Tennessee won 32-27. And the Texans kicker missed like a 28-yard game tying or whatever it was. So kickers around the league just suck. When you got Tucker missing kicks, you know something's wrong. Aubrey missed a kick. Like, I don't know who put some juju out in the NFL where kickers just suck all of a sudden. Jane slowly unraveling. No, fuck Heineke. Our offensive play calling is awful. It's bad, but what is Cliff supposed to, like, and this is a genuine thing. I'm not even trying to defend Cliff. I'm just trying to be realistic and, like, talk through this. What is Cliff supposed to do when they're getting pressure and under, like, a second and a half on Jaden? They're blanket coveraging Terry McLaurin, who lines up primarily on the left side every single fucking rep, by the way. Let me read this stat off to y'all. Let me update it. I think that touchdown on the end, he was on the right side, and I was like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Terry McLaurin's snap alignment this season, they might have updated it. It looks like they did update it. He has lined up on the left side 472 times out of 507 snap alignments. 472 times. Terry McLaurin's been lined up on the left side. He has been on the right side of the line 35 times. 472 to the left, 35 to the right. How is that even possible? And I know it's what Cliff does. I know that's what Cliff does because he did it with D-Hop. But, like, no one's open. They blanket coverage Terry. They get pressure on Jaden. The Steelers did it. The Eagles did it. And then the Cowboys just did it. You blanket coverage Terry, and there's no one else to throw the ball to. Noah Brown doesn't get separation. Noah Brown has one or two good catches in him a game, but outside of that, he's not going to do shit for you. That is our wide receiver 2 right now. And I had so many people telling me, Josh, we should have traded for a wide receiver other than, Marshawn Lattimore. Who? Amari Cooper wasn't coming here. D-Hop wasn't coming here. Deontay Johnson? Okay, I can agree with you on that. Like, they did like a fucking pick swap for him. Who? KJ Osborne? Adam Thielen? What wide receiver? Like, are y'all building in a lab to get traded? Nobody. I can't wait for Marshawn to get here or to get healthy and play. I can't wait for Marshawn Lattimore to get out there. But, like, we needed to trade for him. So cut that shit out. Like, Oh, we should have traded for a wide receiver. Who? And I get it. It's so frustrating because you can only do so much in one offseason to rebuild this team. And this team, a rebuild takes like genuinely 2 or 3 years. Genuinely. Even the Texans are looking bad this year. CJ Stroud's looking really bad. I don't know what the fuck is happening to him. It takes 2 or 3 years for a genuine rebuild, y'all. We had the most turnover roster in the entire league. So would it have been nice to add one more wide receiver? Sure. But they did go out and get Noah Brown. They tried to get Ayuk, and the price just wasn't right. Now imagine what would happen if we would have got Ayuk and he would have got hurt here and out for the season. People would be fucking irate if we would have traded for him and gave him that deal. People would be calling for AP's head. Would I like more Luke McCaffrey? Absolutely. But you can't, you're asking too much to just say, oh, make Luke McCaffrey like a number 2 wide receiver. He's been playing the position for 2 years. As good as he has been, you can't just sit here and act like he's Cooper Kupp. And it's not because he's white. I'm just saying, like, you can't just act like some guy who's like, who can get separation like Cooper Kupp and like can do things like is just going to translate to him. I get it, guys. I love Ben Sinnott. That is my guy. I have his jersey hanging up over there signed. Like, he needs more reps. He needs more targets. John Bates can't catch. Zertz just disappears. Like, what the fuck? We need to do more 12 personnel if we're not getting good pass pro. And we need to mix something up. We need a running back that can break things wide open. And by the way, before I even continue, like, prayers up to my guy Austin Eckler, man. I hope he is okay. Like, that was bad. Like, that was ugly. It looked like he just got knocked out cold, but like, still, prayers up to my guy. Like, that was bad. Big time Austin Eckler fan. Love him. Had him on my show. Like, genuinely good dude and just gives his all and trying to make a play at the end and got fucking lit up in 9 seconds left. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. So prayers to Austin Eckler. That's honestly top my priority right now. Like, fuck this game. Fuck everything that happened in this game. But like, Austin Eckler, like, I hope you're good, man. That was not good at all. Oh, let's get to some of these chats, y'all. I'm sure there's a lot down here. I know people are talking. Holy shit, y'all are blowing up the chat. I love y'all. We got to get through this. Wow, just wow, absolutely pitiful. At least the football gods are on our side. They fucking hate us. You can't make it up. People are just mad, trash. Go for 2. I would have loved to go for 2. Boss Live and Indeed, what's going on? Remember the channel. Appreciate the support. As always, hit that subscribe and like button, y'all. We are going to, look, if this team is burning to the ground, we're going to burn to the ground in style. It's not going to be just some, regular game. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be just, a dumpster fire. This team has put so much stress on me that so far, like, it was good. Now it's turned into negative stress, and now we need to talk about it. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to keep this thing going all season long. Things have changed so quickly. What happened to the football season that we fell in love with? What happened? Cliff is not doing our offense any justice. The problem is we traded for an injured DB, not getting a wide receiver. It's crazy, and I covered that. Who would you have gotten? Like, who? Genuinely, I want people to genuinely tell me who you would have traded for at the trade deadline that was available. T. Higgins was not available, so don't say T. Higgins. I'm gonna stop you there because obviously I would have loved T. Higgins. But who at the trade deadline? D-Hop would not come here over the Kansas City Chiefs unless we like overpaid for that. Adam Peters said no on doing that. Whatever. And same with Amari Cooper. They went to Super Bowl contending teams. We were not going to do it. So I do not regret trading for Marshawn Lattimore. We're paying him $600,000 this year. And we have him for the next 2 years after this. So I'm totally fine with what we did for Marshawn Lattimore. I'm not even mad about that. If he debuts against the Saints, then cool. So be it. But I'm not mad at all about the trade. Let me get down to some of these chats because y'all blowing it up. Appreciate it. DMV Bay with the super chat. Appreciate you. Let's see. As tough as it sounds, they should have kept Jahan. He ain't dropped shit yet in Philly and has been blocking better than OZ, but it's hindsight now. I got ridiculed because of how much of a Jahan fan I am, you can't really see it. It's actually up there, but I have a Penn State helmet signed by him just because I cover the team and got to go to the games, go to Penn State a lot, and just cover them. So I'm like a supporter. I'm an Alabama fan, but I'm a Penn State supporter. I love Jahan. He ain't doing nothing in the Eagles. Like, he's not. And I'm not even going to talk about it, but he's not doing anything there. I'm not mad at all. We didn't see what the coaches saw. There was something else that happened along there. I don't know if it's practice, scheme fit, whatever it is, but something just wasn't right there. Something wasn't right. And for whatever reason, he wasn't a fit here. But at the end of the day, would he have solved all of our problems? No, I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. I think this team needs a genuine upside young wide receiver one. Can Terry be a wide receiver one? Of course. I think at times he absolutely can. Is Father Time catching up to Terry? Maybe a little bit. He's not like fucking Anquan Bolden like at the end of his years, or like, Randy Moss on a veteran. Like, he's not. No. But we still need a wide receiver one upside guy. And I said my list of stuff. I'm going to go back up here. I just want to get to that super chat real quick and try to get to y'all's chats that have been blowing up. But I said this post on X or Twitter, if you still call it that, when the game was wrapping up. And let me see. I said, this is our needs for our team. And tell me if I'm missing anything. A young wide receiver, one caliber wide receiver, an explosive running back, an offensive tackle, a run-stopping DT, another corner, and edge one. And I went on to say we need 3 wide receivers, honestly. And shout out to Terry. We said that he didn't have that long burst speed and like getting tackled from behind and stuff, and he did it. But if they take away Terry, we have nothing. If they blanket Terry and they get pressure on Jaden Daniels, we have no answers. We have no answers at all. Let me get back up here to some chats. We definitely want to get to some. Y'all blew it up quick, so I appreciate y'all. Tabletop Laboratory said this was really depressing. I still have no idea what we just watched. A lot of Cliff hate. Cliff has to go. You got to go to Zane. Go back to Zane. I agree. We just lost to Cooper Rush. That's the end of our season. Guys, I want to stress this as much as possible because it needs to be stressed. We were 10.5 point favorites. 10.5 point favorites. We have not been 10.5 point favorites over Dallas in a long ass time. And we did not look like 10.5 point favorites. People were expecting one kind of Washington team to come out and show up today. And we didn't get that. We got the Washington team of the last 2 weeks. Dallas was pretty banged up coming into this game. They had people out. We were getting healthy. We had the longer break than them. They played on Monday night. We played on last Thursday. And they looked like even with as bad and sloppy as they looked, I can't sit here and say like they were well rested and prepared. And no, they were sloppy too. They had bad snaps. I mean, they had bad plays. Their offense was stale. This game was 10-9 going into the fourth quarter. 10-9. It felt a lot like the Eagles game. Just nothing happening in the first 3 quarters of the game. And then the fourth quarter, like, even with the defense playing bad, they still had this team to 10 points going into the fourth quarter. Like, this is the NFL. You're going to have points. You're going to score points. Dallas had 10 points going into the fourth quarter, and Washington still couldn't do anything. Just mind-blowing. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I don't know what I watched, y'all. I have no idea what I watched. Let's see what we got. Appreciate the super chat. I know what you're going to talk about. Taylor Heineke. I know you dog on Heineke, but you cannot discount the fact he had a profound effect on the locker room as a leader, and that's been lacking ever since Washington let him off. It hasn't been, though. It hasn't been. This team overperformed the entire season until we hit that Steelers game. And the locker room's been on fire. Guys, I mean, like Luvu, Sanders still stepped up. Like, as a young guy, Jaden Daniels was, like, showing his leadership. Terry's been on fire. This locker room was on fire, y'all. People had a genuine belief. And I still think they will. But what happened? What happened? Josh for the super chat, appreciate it. Our O-line was never fixed. I don't know. If you look at like PFF and all them, they have us like all season long. We've been a top 3 like pass pro for a while, and then it was like running, like blocking. We were up there, and then we kind of dropped down to like in the top 10, and we've kind of just floated around that like 9 to 12 area with like rankings of the offensive line. But I don't know. I thought it was just the injuries because Wiley was hurt, Lucas was hurt, Coleman was all hurt at the same time. And with the schedule and who we played and just going from a Sunday to a Thursday, no bye week, I thought it was just terrible alignment on the schedule and the injuries. But I don't know. There's a couple times Cosby got beat. Biotish got a concussion. Like, Allegretti was getting beat. I thought our O-line was fixed. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Gosh. Like, I don't know. I don't even know about the Titans game anymore. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? I'm going to go back up to some here. I just want to make sure I hit those super chats. Appreciate all the super chats. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to talk about this. We're going to find a way through it. Could have traded for Slayton. They didn't want to trade him. A lot of people came out and said that they did not want to move on from Slayton unless it was like a crazy trade, which I don't get. Like, it's Slayton. He doesn't like blow me away. I mean, I would have loved Slayton, but they just said like when it came down to it, they didn't see the Giants moving on from him. Let's see. I agree here. I want to make sure we hit this one. Bobby Murphy says frauds. I want to go ahead and agree with Bobby Murphy, who is a Eagles fan. But we frauds, man. We hyped this team up. If you watch today's game, this had nothing to do with a break. This had nothing to do with injuries. This had nothing to do with the schedule, not having a bye week. I'm not going to throw that BS back at y'all again. I'm not going to lie about that again because that's what I've been saying the last like 2 weeks. It's like, oh, the schedule, guys. Everyone's hurt. We played. This is our toughest 2-game schedule. Well, we just played Dallas, who lost what 5 straight before this game. I think it was 5. Lost to the Lions, lost to the 49ers, lost to the Falcons, lost to the Eagles, lost to the Texans. All good teams. But, I mean, they lost bad, except for, like, the Falcons game. And we were 10.5-point favorites. That is a team we should have whooped. Like, that, it should not even be discussed right now. Like, this should be a straight-up, like, just glazing this team, like, hyping the team up, like, oh, we're back. The last 2 games were a fluke. And here we are saying the complete opposites. Base Maryland said we were definitely not a playoff team. We're not anymore. That changed today. We need T. Higgins and Devontae. I'm straight. We need all hands on deck at wide receiver. Look, Randy Moss probably still got a year or 2 in him to talk him out of it. Like what? T. Higgins and free agency, yes. And it's so funny. I have so many people telling me, oh, I don't want T. Higgins. Like, oh, he doesn't play enough. We're going to pay him a lot. He's going to be hurt all the time. Who fucking cares? Like, go after him. He demanded a trade before the season because he wanted to get paid, and they haven't paid him. First read should not always be Terry or Ertz on most of our passing plays. And that's exactly what's happening. I read out the stats, like 430 times or something like that. Terry's been lined up on the left side, and it was like 30 times on the right side. A 400 snap count difference is awful, by the way. That is not ideal. So defenses are blanking Terry, and we like blanketing him. And we saw that in the Eagles game. As good as Quinyon was in covering him up and stuff like that, go back and watch how many times they still had blanket coverage over him, whether it was zone or man. They still had somebody in the area. He's always in the same spot, so you know where he's going to be. And it's forcing the ball. And this is why Noah Brown had as many targets as he did. This is why everyone's like, why was Eckler getting all these checkdowns last week? This is why everyone was asking, why did Noah Brown have 10 targets today? That's what defenses are doing. You get pressure on Jaden. He's got to get rid of the ball fast. And then we're going to blanket Terry, and we want you to go somewhere else with the ball because we're not scared of Alameda Zaccheaus. We're not scared of Noah Brown. We're not scared of Zach Ertz, De'Ami Brown, John Bates, who fucking fumbled, Luke McCaffrey. We're not scared of them. If you're going to beat us, it's going to be with one of those people, and we don't think it's going to happen. Republic 88 says no reason to overreact. This is not an overreaction. This is a reality check. This is a reality check. What's the kid from Arizona? We need him to trade up. You're going to have to trade up to the top 3 for Tiertel McMillan. That dude's a beast. Size, speed, athleticism, body control. He's got everything. I mean, he's a top 5 pick. He's probably wide receiver 1, unless you're calling Travis Hunter a wide receiver, or whatever you want to call him. Travis is either corner 1 or wide receiver 1. But if you're calling him a corner, then McMillan's wide receiver 1. Bad coach, bad QB, bad defense. Washington's still screwed. We have our franchise QB. We will be a problem next year. I mean, first off, all these people like off the train on Jaden blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. You can't sit here and say that Jaden is the problem in this. You can say he's playing bad. You can say he's doing things bad. But you cannot come on here and say that, oh, Jaden's the problem. I had people, if y'all saw my mentions from this game, there's so many tweets I had to mute. People are saying we need to put Marcus Mariota in. We need to draft another quarterback next year. We should get Cam Moore. What? You watch that game and that's your first thought is that it's Jaden. Is he not playing well? Absolutely, I will say he's not playing well. Absolutely. Take away the 86-yarder from Terry, and what does he have? Like, under 200 yards. And then if you take away, De'Ami had that long one, the 20-yarder too, so if you take that like away, he has, ideally, Jaden has like 180 yards on the game. And 1 touchdown. I'll take away the pick at the end. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That like Hail Mary attempt. You can't sit here and say Jaden is the problem. Is he playing bad? Sure. Absolutely. I'll take it. But he's not getting the protection anymore. And for the whole first part of the season, it was Jaden and Terry carrying this team. And we would sprinkle in. The run game was much better. But now B-Rob's hurt every game. Austin Eckler, like I said, God bless his soul. I hope he's okay. He was banged up a little bit in the beginning of the season. So you're rotating guys in. You're asking Jeremy McNichols and Chris Rodriguez, who's like not even like on the team now, to try to be the run game. And you can't run with Jaden. It is a mixture of literally everything going to shit at the same time. We can't run the ball because we don't have healthy running backs. We can't run the ball because the offensive line isn't playing as good as they were. We can't pass the ball because we can't run the ball. We can't pass the ball because pass protection sucks. We can't pass the ball because Jaden Daniel doesn't have time to throw it because pass protection sucks. Guys aren't getting open because they have under 2 seconds to get open because Jaden can't throw the ball because the pass protection sucks because we can't run the ball. Do y'all see how this works? You can't just be a one-dimensional team in the NFL. You want to, just looking at stuff for Austin Eckler, just checking some updates. You can't say, Cliff, stretch the field, go downfield, do this. We need the time to do that. And we need the players outside of Terry to do that. Tell me one wide receiver that had a deep catch that was not a Hail Mary, that was not named Terry McLaurin this season. Tell me one. Nobody has had a deep catch besides Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown on the Hail Mary. Nobody. And when I say deep, I'm talking 25 to 30 yards, like air yards. Who? No one. We don't. And I just saw this. Perfect timing. Republic 88. We don't have the talent yet. We don't. Nobody in the NFL is scared of Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown, Zach Ertz, John Bates, Lamade Zaccheaus, Luke McCaffrey. Nobody. There's probably college defenses that would be like, I don't care. Who would be worried about that? De'Ami Brown is your wide receiver 3. And we didn't even think he was going to make it to the team this year. Like, this is reality. We are still rebuilding. We overperformed the whole first part of the year. McCaffrey is 1 year away. I could see that. Like I said, he's only been playing wide receiver for 2 years. We need more Ben Sinnott. I agree. We need more Ben Sinnott. I appreciate y'all's chats. Like I said, I'm trying to get to all of them. But it's a little crazy down here. Let me try to get to some more. I'm about to jump over. Mock draft season is ready. I already did one. Mostly because I scout for a living. So, it's crazy. I guess the line ain't as good as he thought it was. It's not. The line isn't. The line is not good. This one hurt. Absolutely. We are cooked. You can say that. Jaden's not the problem. I don't think so. Wide receiver 5, running backs and O-line are mid. Oh, wide receivers, running backs and O-line are mid. Yeah. No, we can't run the ball. We can't stay healthy. We can't block. Jaden showed flashes towards the end, but we need that all game. And like, it was the same thing in the Eagles game. The last drive where it was like the touchdown to Zach Ertz. Like, oh, okay, we moved the ball. I'm not counting that. I'm not counting that. The touchdown to Terry, I'm looking at the entire, I'm not letting one play say, well, guys, maybe the offense isn't bad because, Terry scored on an 86-yard touchdown pass. No, fuck that. Our offense is bad. Our offense is bad. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We play better with the sense of urgency. Obviously, we got too comfortable from all the beginning of the season hype. I get it. Like, I do think we play better with urgency, but at the same time, if we play with urgency, right, it's like that's the quickest 3 and out ever. And then the other offense is like right back on the field. So, Quinn, Witt, and Cliff are all choke artists. I thought our O-line was fixed. I thought so too. I was mistaken. Cliff emptied the bag weeks 1 through 6. Been asked since DQ, making questionable ass calls as usual. Man, this was a frustration. The last 3 games have been so frustrating. Played to the level of our comp. They were a beat up team and the offense didn't show until late. There's literally no reason to not. There's no reason to not win this game. Absolutely no reason. Let me see what Dan Quinn had to say.
That was there in September and October. That's not there now.
Sometimes I feel there's, when you make a mistake, is that when it's technique or over trying. And sometimes that can be a thing to make sure to make the plays that come to you. And that's part of the execution too. I want to make sure we just stay into that pocket of doing that. Any player or coach I'm going to make the perfect call or the perfect run or whatever that looks like. And more often not, just the best ones executed. And, we'll continue to work hard at that. But as we're going through, that's something we're going to dig to. I think we had talked last week or the week before about, self-scouting and that. And we stayed pretty consistent with that throughout. So I don't necessarily feel it's that as much as let's make sure this execution is right. And I was very pleased that we had practice this past week where we got more shots at it, more things to go. And I look forward to that being the case again, because that's really how you do get better. Yeah. And I love the energy that the guys had.
I don't know how much y'all can hear that. But they pretty much asked Dan Quinn what happened to the team over, what happened, starting of the season. And he summed it up. One word, said execution, which is exactly what I said. As much as you want to put it on play calling, as much as you want to put it on like, oh, this or this guy's hurt, it doesn't matter. If guys aren't executing, we tried running the ball, it doesn't work. We try throwing the ball deep. Y'all remember the drive where Jaden Daniels literally just ran out of bounds 3 times in a row? We tried throwing it deep. Nobody's getting open. Guys aren't blocking. Jaden isn't going through his progressions like he should. Wide receivers aren't getting open. Guys just aren't executing. Is it because of lack of talent? Sure. I'm willing to put a lot of it on that. Do we have the guys to run the numbers? No, we don't. But still, at some point, somebody's just got to step. Like, people just have to step up. That is the one thing I get the most from watching today. Just watching the game so many times, I was just like, no one is stepping up. And when they do, it's too late. Who fucking cares that Terry scored that last touchdown? If you're gonna like celebrate that, good for you. I'm not. We did not deserve to win that game at all. Like, even if we would have won this game on some like crazy fluke shit in the end, I've been like, we still fucking suck. Terry scoring that last touchdown was exciting, crazy, awesome. If we would have, tied it with overtime, whatever, and we would have won, okay, cool. Big win. But guys, we still aren't, like, that was not good. I hope everyone here watched the entire game because it was not good. Being that stale in offense for 3 whole quarters, I'll say 4 quarters. I'm not counting the last 21 seconds of the game. We drove down, had that one, good touchdown to Ertz and 2-point conversion with 3 minutes left. Cool. Outside of that, offense sucked. If Chintzy falls to us mid-round, I hope you mean mid-first round. He's not getting past like 15. If he's like mid-first, I'm thinking about it. Draft the best player you can. Draft the playmaker. Draft somebody that can make big things happen. If you tell me we can get a Saquon Barkley kind of guy, heck yeah, I'm taking Chintzy. Like, I do not care about B-Rob's carries. If we get Ashton Jeanty from Boise State, who would win the Heisman and clear if Travis Hunter didn't play 2 positions. B-Rob was the glue. I agree. The whole first part of the season, guys, we were a top 3 rushing team for like 9 weeks. We were a top 3 rushing team all season for the first 9 weeks of the season. And then B-Rob started getting hurt. I'm telling y'all, when you can run the ball, things happen. Oh my gosh. Defense has adjusted to Jade. He's a check down merchant. I don't think he is. I think it's just that we don't have the weapons. We don't have the weapons. Who the fuck is scared of De'Ami Brown? Who is scared of Noah Brown? Nobody. Let me get to some more of y'all's chats here. Oh yeah, De'Ami against the Browns though. When they were god awful. This was before they even had a Jameis Winston magic. The Browns game, he had a what? Let me see. He had a 41-yarder. I'll give him. He had his one catch that he does this season. Last year was against what? The Titans. He had one. But no one is scared of De'Ami Brown. If De'Ami Brown is your answer as your wide receiver 2, then we have some serious concerns. Serious concerns. That cannot, like, one catch against the Browns, you cannot sit here and tell me, oh, well, we just need to force feed De'Ami Brown. If that is your thought, I'm not listening to anything else you have to say. Simba Sports Hub said Dallas don't have the talent either. They found a way to move them. Yes, they do got the talent. They have, first off, CeeDee Lamb moves around the whole field, which is great. He's a top 5 receiver in the league. They've been hurt. They have an edge rusher in Micah Parsons. They have a better roster than us. Even hurt, they have a better roster than us. But they've been absolute shit this season. Even with Dak Prescott being out, like we should have won that game. When it comes down to it, we don't have the weapons on offense. Who is going to get the ball? Nobody. According to JP, Dan Quinn never considered the 2-point conversion. He probably said that in the press conference that I was just kind of listening to a little bit. Command the Room said if we went for 2, it would have been a bigger moment than the Hail Mary. DQ is bad at awareness. I'm totally all for, like, guys, we should have went for 2. And if we would have got it and won the game, cool. But our offense still sucks. Our offense is still bad. Our offense sucks ass. That's the perfect way to sum it up. Let me see. Did you see the other touchdown passes this week? They're all covered. But you can't, if they're blanketing Terry the entire game because he lines up to the left side the entire game, you can't just force feed it to him. We're going to throw 3 or 4 picks. You have to go through your progressions. You have to spread out the field. Look at the Eagles game. There was times, even with Quinyon Mitchell on Terry, he was triple covered. You can't just say, hey, hospital ball Terry every fucking throw. That's not a competent offense. And teams saw, hey, if we take Terry out, they have no one else to go to. Is Terry getting open? Yes, but it's kind of hard to do when he's getting double teamed and blanketed in zones, and you can't just expect it. I will say this. I would love some quicker slants and stuff like that to Terry. I think we need to do more of that. I think that's the argument. But then also, we just need someone else that can catch. Noah Brown's dropping balls. Bates is fumbling. Zach Ertz had his drops last week. No one's reliable. If I'm Jaden Daniels, I'm not saying, you know what? If anyone got me, it's Olamide Zaccheaus. If anyone got me, it's Noah Brown. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, hey, 3rd and 10. I know Noah's got me. I know Olamide's got me. I know John Bates is going to catch this. Fuck no. I am saying, where's Terry? I'm definitely saying, where's Terry? But then you look over there and you're like, okay, yep, there is, it's zone. There's a corner underneath them. There's a corner on top of them. And there's a safety that's lurking on that side waiting for me to throw this. That is not a good idea. Let me check this down to Austin Eckler because Noah Brown's not open. Olamide Zaccheaus is blocking somebody. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. John Bates is running some random ass route. I don't think he's going to catch this. So let me check this thing down. Mika Egbuka. I do like Egbuka. I think he's played primarily in the slot pretty much his entire career at Ohio State. Can he move outside? Part of me is did he move inside because they have, Carnell Tate, they have Jeremiah Smith, so of course he's got to go inside. I would love Egbuka. I do like Trey Harris a lot though. If he can stay healthy. So we got another super chat. Call a wellness check on Rio. I think me and Rio both are down bad. This game took so much out of me. Just watching 4 quarters of that. Watching 4 quarters of what we just saw. And it looked like the Eagles game. It looked like the Steelers game at time. Bad special teams, not executing on field position, not executing on getting turnovers. We had 2 turnovers. The defense got 2 turnovers against the Steelers, and we had 0 points. We punted 3 plays later. The Eagles game, the Eagles were giving us so many chances, could not score points. The Cowboys, every chance in the world to score on these guys for 3.5 quarters. And we didn't take advantage of it. Like, do we want these games? Do we want these games? Agree. The 86-yard touchdown was because they moved Terry. He was in the right side probably for the first time in the whole game, and he scored a touchdown. By God, you just get the ball in his hands. It's crazy what happens when you move things around. That is like, as much as I'm going to put like play calling on Cliff, people say play calling, but they don't actually look at the film. They don't see what is exactly being called. They don't see how people aren't open. But if there's one thing I will say about Cliff, why the fuck is Terry lined up on the exact same hash every play of every single game? You moved him to the right side. He goes out. It was like a wheel route. I'm going to look at it again. I don't know if it's like an out and up route or a wheel route or whatever the fuck it was. And he cuts across the middle. Like, he got the ball in his hand. Like, holy smokes. It's a miracle. You did something different and he scored. When it was too late. It was almost not too late. But it was too late. We need tight ends. We need, like, Ben needs to get more targets. I don't want to see another John Bates target for the rest of the season. Put him in line and let him block and do the dirty work for the rest of the season. We need a guy like Trey Harris or Alik Ayomanor out of Stanford. I love both of them. Ayomanor has been making crazy-ass catches for a couple of years now, and Trey Harris, I pray he stays healthy for the rest of the season. That's a guy that can just take over a game. Like, I want Trey Harris so bad. Bring Michael Thompson. No, I'm not even going to read the whole thing. No, we are not that team. This is just so frustrating. Like, what does the rest of the season look like? Things have changed. Joey Fresh said they're going to go try out for the team. Hey, run some routes. How do you not consider going for two? It makes no sense. That is a great question. I'm losing faith in Cliff. Like I said, I'm still on the fence about Cliff because I don't want to sit here and say it's play calling because I think it comes down to execution. But like I said, the thing that drives me absolutely nuts is not moving Terry around. He did it to D-Hop in Arizona. Why? Why is there no pre-snap? Call Sean McVay. Call LaFleur. Call one of these guys and be like, hey, why do y'all do motion so much? I love pre-snap motion. And I'm not talking about Olamide Zaccheaus going on a short in or a short out or a left-right fast or something. Put your main playmakers in motion. I'm sick of seeing Terry lined up on the left outside hash for the entire game. Am I ready to harp on his play calling? No, because it's not getting executed. So even if we change the play and we just start forcing balls down the field, things aren't getting executed. I've already told y'all about this. I already went on the long spiel. The running game is not there. The offensive line's not there. The passing game's not there. Everything is struggling and hurting each other. The offensive line is hurting the run game and the passing game. The running game is hurting the offensive line and the passing game. Because you're doing so much more. Like, you're trying too hard at that point. So now you're having to do these short throws and use that as a running game. And we can't even do that. We can't even throw a screen without it getting picked off. Who are we, the Panthers? We can't even throw a screen without it getting picked off. Nothing's working. Literally nothing is working. And I want to talk shit about the defense, but the fact that they held them to 10 points and they did the same thing against the Eagles last week, the only thing I'm mad at is we don't have an edge rusher besides like Fowler, who's been really good this year. We don't have somebody that can just take the game over, and the interior D-line cannot stop the run to save their lives. We held Dallas to under 91 yards. Thank God. If it would have been over 100, I would have spazzed out because they're only averaging like 80 yards rushing or something. And they had the second worst rushing defense in the entire league. And the only reason we had a running game is because Jaden Daniels had 74. Jeremy McNichols had 22. Austin Eckler had 22. B-Rob, who was hurt pretty much in and out the whole game, had 13 rushing yards. Jaden Daniels, that was my hot take for the week, by the way. I said Jaden Daniels would have, I think it was like, I said 100 rushing yards, but I think his props were like 40, and I was like, smash that. But they had 91 rushing yards. Rico Dow had 86 rushing yards on us. He was averaging 4.5 rushing yards a carry. That's terrible. So defensively, the only thing that's pissing me off is the D-line. And St. Just and just the splash big plays that we just can't stop. Jeremy Chin, I love you. Luvu, I love you. Sam Still, I love you. Everybody else, you're pretty much dead to me right now. Dante Fowler, you've been good. Command the Room, appreciate the super chat. Talk about the penalties the last 3 weeks. Coaching is an issue. Cliff should open it up vertically. Witt needs to stop using nickel on running downs. I think the biggest thing, first off, penalties have been big. Talk about run stopping, though. Like, when you look at it, I love Bobby Wagner, but he's not doing a good job like getting over top of the gaps he needs to go to in the run game. And then interior D-line is just not getting the penetration that they need in the run game at all. And so many people, we had 8 penalties for 78 yards, by the way, today, and Dallas only had 4 for 20, which is nuts. They only had 4 penalties for 20 yards. That's, wow. Everybody was just talking about, oh, John Allen's not much of a loss. John Allen, if anything, he could stop the run in the interior D-line better than what we have now. Mathis and Newton have these good flashes, and I still have like high hopes for them. But we cannot stop the run at all. Like, it's bad. I think the main reason you're playing nickel, though, is just because of how bad the secondary was, giving up these big plays all the time. Like, we were getting killed with play action. We were getting killed with just these deep plays in the passing game. So they're like, hey, we kind of have to go nickel because I don't trust my corners right now until Marshawn Lattimore gets out there. But like St. Just, Noah in the slot, like Noah's been hit or miss. I don't want to say he's been bad this season because he hasn't been. That's a lie. He had the one bad, pass interference, which to me it was pass interference because he didn't really get fully turned around and played the ball. I think it was on Tolbert. I think it was. Yeah. But which is like, we have to play nickel because of how bad the secondary was pretty much all season. The last few weeks, it's gotten better. And like I said, once Lattimore is out there, you're not going to be playing as much. But you just can't afford to give up the big plays that we were giving. Like that Raiders game, that was like PTSD. Like Joe Witt was in hell that game. We played so much cover one. That was the most cover one we played all season, was against Baltimore. Once again, I would love to open it up vertically, but we don't have the guys. Don't tell me De'Ami Brown. Like, he had that one catch against the Browns. Congratulations. And we don't have the time to get it down there. The pass protection has been so bad the last 2 weeks. What happened? Maybe they are just tired and banged up. Maybe that's the excuse I've been given the last 2 weeks now. But I'm not starting to buy it anymore. We had a long break. All I heard all week, and I'm probably going to wrap it up on this. All I heard all week, Mike Davis is scared to tackle. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. All I heard was, oh, it was great to finally get back to long practices. Especially with Jaden with his injury. Like, we missed a lot of practice time. It was great to get back to that. We were back to a schedule this week. We are, back to how we like things being, and blah, 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 blah. And just all this bullshit. And we came out, and that's how we looked. For 4 quarters, that is how we looked. I don't know what we saw, guys. Part of me wants to erase that game from my entire existence. But I feel like we, not us personally, but as a team, we need to watch this game. They better play this game on loop in the locker room for the entire week. if we don't beat the Titans on Sunday, and y'all know I'm coming back home, by the way, I have no idea what content's going to look like for this week coming up. I have a video I'm doing for Bleacher Report Wednesday that I'll upload to the channel. It's super hard for me to do content on the road in Virginia, but because I have to like actually go somewhere and do it. And obviously Thanksgiving, my mom's birthday, like I got a lot going on for the whole week and just traveling. But I'm going to that game Sunday. If we lose to the Titans, I am hitting the panic button so fast. And I don't know. The Titans, like I said, they beat the Texans today. If you let Will Levis come into our house next week and beat us, this fan base is going to implode. They are right. Like we are imploding right now after a loss to the Cowboys, who lost 5 straight. This is the worst I've ever seen this Dallas team look, probably ever. And they still beat us. We were 10.5-point favorites, y'all. The line closed at 10.5. We were minus 650 favorites. That's embarrassing. I mean, the whole performance that we saw today was embarrassing. I feel terrible for fans that went to that game. This was supposed to be a game where we just sit back, chilled, enjoyed it, spend some time with the family, had a good meal, sipping on something. And then we were going to come on here and talk about it and dog the Cowboys and how their season sucks and their stadium's falling apart and all this. But here we are, reality checking ourselves. How fast things change. This is the NFL. And I've said this, and I stand by it. It is hard to win in the NFL. But if you're a good team, these are the games you win. And I just don't think we are a good team, y'all. I don't think so. Jay said Deron Payne, MIA. I think he's doing all he can by himself, like at D tackle. I truly believe that. I know he's not getting the sacks and stuff. He had a big play today. Like he's getting penetration. He's stopping the run and stuff, but they're also moving him around. Like he's not just lined up like one tech all the time. Sometimes he goes like 3, 4 eye. Like I've seen him line up outside some. But just as a whole unit, we are not getting penetration in the run game. If anyone's doing it, it's Deron Payne. But like he's getting double teamed and pushed out, and then someone's like, it's just like a check. It's like a double team, and then you climb to the second level. Like if you watch running plays against us, that's pretty much every single one. It's like either in the A gap or the B gap. And either him or Newton or Mathis is getting pushed out, double teamed, and it's a zone run. And the outside, whether it's the guard, center, whoever it is, helps out, double teams, then climbs to the second level, takes out Bobby, takes out Louisville, whoever, and it's like a 5-6 yard gain. Like, how does Rico Dowell have 5 yards per carry? How? Like I challenge y'all, go watch rushing plays against us. It's annoying. It's mad annoying. It has to do with the defensive line not getting off blocks, gap integrity, linebackers not doing a good job of closing those gaps early too. As good as Louisville and Bobby Wagner have been in a lot of aspects, like passing game, they've been phenomenal. In the running game, Louisville's been pretty good, but Bobby's been pretty bad, which is surprising. But just go back and watch it, y'all. Like, go watch these runs. Even Saquon the fourth quarter, and then like the whole Steelers game and the Ravens game. Like I'm telling y'all, just go watch it. And it just got worse when John Allen went down. And fans were like celebrating, oh, good, he wasn't playing up to it anyways. Now look at us. It's fucking worse. So congrats, fans. Y'all got what you want with John Allen getting hurt. I still think we need a D tackle in the middle that can stop the run. This game sucked, y'all. Appreciate y'all blowing up. Chatting. Oh my God, we had so many people up in here at the same time when this thing first went live. Appreciate everyone's support. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're on the road to 5K. Once I hit 5K, I'm going to do a giveaway or something just to say thanks back to y'all. Haven't decided. I got a couple like Terry autograph things. I got like giveaway or something. I got like a jersey. I got some cards of his and stuff too. Helmet. I don't know. Haven't really decided. But once I hit 5K, I'll do a giveaway. But I'm going to try to enjoy some football. And I'm going to try to, I go to Virginia Tuesday. I'm going to try to enjoy Thanksgiving Thursday and that god-awful slate of football. And like we are officially in must-win mode. This is not like this is a team that I think can do something in the playoffs anymore. Like, what do we like? What's this team got? What does this team look like the rest of the season? Show me something. That's what I got. Show me something. Because I thought that's what we're going to do today. I thought we were going to come back. I thought we were going to be pissed off. I thought this was going to be, revenge game for all these people. Dan Quinn, Armstrong, Igbenogany, Dante Fowler, Biotish, Witt. I thought this was going to be a cakewalk. And we got reality checked. So, appreciate y'all stopping in here and blowing up the chat and giving me y'all's thoughts. I'm Josh Taylor. Follow me on social media at Josh Taylor FB. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll see y'all. I don't know. I might drop something tomorrow. We'll see. If not, I'll see y'all Wednesday. Because I'll be traveling all day Tuesday. But we got to bounce back. But for now, we're allowed to be pissed off. So try to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And if not, I'll see y'all next week. Peace.